Thing is freaking out. Thing is freaking out. Oh, I need to mute that. Don't want to hear myself think. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna switch this on the Helldivers. Kyle, you there?
Yep.
Sweet.
So what is the average airspeed velocity of a unladen swallow?
Is that African or European?
It it should be African.
That would be nice, but I've seen Monty Python. I'm not sure.
But if you're interested in British comedy, I would recommend it.
I'm more of a, I don't say like the 70s and 80s. Like I've seen Monty Python and The Life of Brian. I don't think I've seen The Holy Grail though.
Fair enough.
So Battlestar Galactica versus, what would be a good versus for Battlestar? Voyager maybe?
Hmm. But I would say at the Enterprise with Star Trek. Depending on which timeline, that the Enterprise was also said to
User joined your
be
channel.
decommissioned.
Yeah, but I don't know how. If you're trying to compare like sci-fi series, if you're going to do Battlestar, like if you're going to do Voyager or even Enterprise, like those they don't feel like they compare because like Voyager is not near Starfleet, and like for me, that would be Battlestar Galactica. Those would be good comparisons. Enterprise, they go back to home port.
But I don't recall that there being a series where they do, but I don't really delve too deep into that Battlestar. I mean, to Star Trek.
Well, for like Battlestar, after like what, like episode 2 or 3, they basically get out of the colony's range. They're
Yeah,
out in the
they
middle of nowhere.
essentially fleeing the Cylons.
Yeah, honestly, I love the way that the new series did its introduction. For me, I don't know if it could have been done much better because I see clips of the original series, and I'm like the silent, like that feels so campy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
original one was very campy. They pivoted in
So
the
nerds.
reimagining, but yeah.
Someone said nerd.
Yeah. Said, what's up, nerds?
We're getting into the discussion of which sci-fi is better, Voyager or Battlestar Galactica, just because they're a point of comparison that they leave their home star systems and don't return.
It's not very close for me. Battlestar Galactica wins that one by a country mile. Not that
Yeah.
there isn't some good stuff in Voyager, but yeah.
Yeah.
Seven of Nine was really good. Seven of Nine was very good.
Drive active.
But yeah, I'd say so. Say we all.
Yep.
I honestly don't think they said that enough in the show.
They didn't.
Like for me, like when I hear "So Say We All," it just instantly Battlestar Galactica, and I'm just enthralled with it. And they said it like in the opening season, a couple of times.
Like we kind of tie it to a defining moment.
Yeah, for me actually, if we're going to talk about defining moments of Battlestar Galactica, it would definitely have to be when Admiral Adama, the dad, gives a speech about how the military can't be the police to the president.
Yeah, there's some very salient political commentary there. And I also feel I have to just address, since we did mention the "So Say We All" line, that wasn't in the script originally. That was improvised in that scene. And everybody just went along with it because Edward James Olmos is that goddamn good.
I'll give it to
Yeah.
him. That was one of those lines where you just hear it and you're like, man, you feel it. It makes me think of a similar scene in Star Trek Next Generation, Drumhead, which is a clip episode, which is often, one of the weak ones for a series, but when Picard at the end of it just muses on what Sati's dad said, the Admiral leading the witch hunt, the first chain is forged, it irrevocably chains us all. First speech sent, like, that speech is just so powerful, and it came from a cheap episode, but man, the Patrick Stewart just knows how to act.
Patrick Stewart is awesome, and they totally fucked that up in Starfleet Academy.
Which Starfleet Academy game?
No, the show.
Oh, there's a Starfleet Academy show?
Yeah. Don't watch it. You'll be disappointed and depressed.
I didn't watch Picard for that reason. Honestly, a show I'd really like to see them either redo or do. I'm looking forward to when it happens. Is Babylon 5.
Oh God, yes, please.
I
I loved Babylon 5, and unpopular opinion, it was a better DS9 than DS9.
Ooh, that's fighting words.
It did it better, like from the perspective of a short storyline anyway. And honestly, the whole space station thing, I think they really did better with that.
Honestly, I think it could have been better. Deep Space Nine could have been a little bit better. If they would have just had some key differences or changes. It felt like they were just trying to ride the coattails of Next Generation for like the first season or so. Because Enterprise came, Worf came, Mr. O'Brien, like, it really felt like they were trying to, like, get people from TNG to get into DS9.
Yeah. I will say this though, after the whole Shadow War thing, Babylon 5 really dropped off. But up until then, it was absolutely perfect.
I think the character interactions for me would make Babylon 5 just purely amazing.
Yeah. Especially oh hell, I can't remember their names. But the lizard dude and the guy with the weird hair.
Oh, Jakar and Londo.
Yeah. Those two characters were really good, and those guys were really good actors.
Honestly, I think that the interaction between Londo and Jakar makes me think of the interaction between Odo and the Ferengi. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't either. I suck with names. But I know who you're talking about, and yeah, that was really good too.
Let me actually mine some of this out, and I actually have to move the Orca.
The scandal.
Oh, absolutely. So other nerd topics. I've never seen Red Dwarf.
I tried
Yeah,
it
I watched.
many years
Oh,
ago, but I didn't get into it.
yeah, same here. I don't know why, because I liked what I watched. I just never kept watching.
Has anyone seen Foundation recently?
Yep.
Can you give me kind of a synopsis of it? I want to watch it.
Um, have you read the books?
I have not. I know
Okay.
Isaac Asimov wrote them.
So yes, so they're the foundational, so to speak, concept of it, which has affected a lot more real world things for good and ill than you might expect, is the idea that if you can gather enough data and build a good enough model, you can predict with long-term historical trends with high accuracy, and then try to subtly guide civilization by nudging things here and there. This spawned a whole lot of science fiction, of course. It has also really been a lot of the has been a surprisingly strong influence behind companies that do data gathering, like through Facebook and stuff. Like, there's a pretty direct line to the ideas that were first posed popularly, at least in Foundation, and how a lot of people try to predict elections and such. Obviously, in the it's more fantastical and functional in the actual story than it is in real life. In the show, which roughly follows the course of the where the whole big Foundation series starts, it is far, far in the future. There is a very robust, large, sprawling human empire that has somewhat stagnated, and the man who is advancing the theory of psychohistory, which is this incredibly detailed modeling, is predicting that the empire will fall and humanity will go into a pretty terrible dark age. And his general mission is to soften the fall and shorten the dark age. He doesn't think it can be prevented, but he thinks if done properly, it won't be nearly as bad. So think of it as, like late Roman Empire kind of thing. Like if somebody said, oh yeah, the Roman Empire is going to fall, there's going to be a dark ages, but if you guys listen to me and we do the right things, then instead of it being a millennia long, it's only going to be 200 years. It won't suck as bad. This, of course, does not endear him to the Empire, which
the Empire doesn't want to hear.
Hearing. Yeah, it doesn't want to hear that. And thus, a lot of things are set in motion. It's a very long running series that spans centuries and then millennia, which means characters are largely cycled in and out because, they die.
We enjoyed some nerd.
Though both the book and maybe even leaning a little more heavily into it, the show, there are reasons some of the characters persist between seasons. But yeah, it's this very macroscopic view of human history where somebody understands the general scope of how it's going to go, but is trying to nudge things here and there to make it come out not as bad as it might otherwise. There's some very cool stuff in it that the show does very well. The stagnant empire is ruled by clones of the founding emperor, and there are always 3 of them active at a time at various stages in in their lives. So there's always a young one, a middle-aged one, and an older one, and they just keep cycling through, and that's how they've managed to keep it steady so long, because it's basically the same guy ruling through an endless repetition of clones of himself. And they do that part very well, in my opinion. There are other things that they do more and less well, but that part's done very well.
It sounds like I should need to watch it. Is there 2 or 3 seasons?
3, I think.
I thought in the books that the emperor was not cloned. Is that correct?
It's been a long time since I read the books. I'm not 100% sure how it went there. But yeah, the clone thing is very central. It's not a super literal adaptation of the books, but it's playing with the ideas in them. And yeah, there are 3 seasons out so far.
Sounds like a sci-fi series I might go enjoy.
It's pretty good. Like, I wasn't real impressed by Apple TV when it first came out, and I ignored it for some years. But they've kind of sneakily made some pretty good science fiction that I didn't realize when it came out. Foundation, quite solid. It's not necessarily an all-time great series, at least as yet, but it's good. I had no regrets watching it. Severance is weird and trippy if you're into
Isn't
that.
Isn't
Yeah,
that the
I've
one
seen
where
that.
isn't that the one where they like forget that they work for a place after they leave?
Yeah. But the really good science fiction show on Apple is Silo, though. Silo is really good.
I want to watch it. Does it have 1 or 2 seasons now?
2 seasons. But Silo it's got
I will activate my Windows when someone pays
it's
for
Fallout, but for
it. Or I
grown-ups.
remember to grab all the keys off my old computers. Leave me alone.
It's not just doing that, but it's about the world has gotten screwed. People have withdrawn into a silo. There's a weird society that's formed there, and it's playing around with some of those ideas. But it's not just Fallout. It is really good. Rebecca Ferguson does an amazing
I
job.
may have to
as
read the
lead.
books now, Sigrid.
I find myself watching the first and second seasons of Westworld over and over again.
I loved how that series looked. And
Yeah.
there's so many series that I'm like, man, I really should watch this, and I just don't have the time to. But the first season's trailers and everything of Westworld just drew me in.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it's perfect writing. Until you get to the last season. I feel like the last season was a bit rushed.
I mean, to be fair, most of the time, I'm Meb, but it feels like most of the last seasons of stuff is rushed, except for like a few series that are like Battlestar Galactica, where they're like, we have 4 seasons. Here's the roadmap. This is how we end.
Right.
And even then, I didn't like Battlestar Galactica's final season because I didn't want it to end. I loved it, like that show, banger after banger.
No, for sure. Like, there's not a lot of shows that really got to do their whole arc. There's some that got to at least write an ending, but it wasn't how it was supposed to be. Like Andor. Andor is fantastic.
Oh,
Andor does get to
sorry,
its
I will
end
fix
point,
that
but
now.
it gets to its end point because they condensed 2 seasons into one.
Yep.
Because they weren't sure they were going to get a 3rd season, and that made the 2nd season, not as good as it should have been, because it should have taken twice as long and
Right,
been
I
able to
fixed the
get
red
into
post.
things in a lot more detail.
Like there was just too much going on within one season.
I'm sorry, I was
The only
fixing the Reddit post. What did you say about which series?
Andor. had Andor got to get to its endpoint, but it did that by condensing its what was supposed to be 3 seasons into 2, and that was unfortunate. One of the only other science fiction shows that's was very narrative based that I felt actually got to run its full course and did really well with it is Dark. But not a lot of people have seen Dark.
Wasn't that a
probably
Fox
'cause
show?
no, it's in German. It's on Netflix. It's really good. It is one of the best acted shows I have ever seen, and is also far and away the best time travel story
The
I've ever
issue
seen.
Andor and shows like it for me is that you know
Uh,
how it ends, and I don't like it. Someone made a good point in my chat. They said the issue with Andor is that it shows and shows like it for me. Sorry, basically he knows how the series is going to end, which I gotta give him this point there. Like knowing how it's going to end is kind of
Like
rough.
no, I mean it loses suspense that way, certainly.
Well, when you know
I mean,
everyone, like Rogue One, you knew everyone was going to die.
Yeah.
I was still waiting on those Bonthon spies.
I mean, I know that bothers some people, but I mean, like when the Lord of the Rings came out, I knew how that story went, and I still enjoyed the hell out of it. I don't
True.
need to be surprised to be entertained.
Yeah, as long as it's well written or it follows the source material and pays it respect. You know, I would love to, you know, Lord of the Rings, perfect example. You can read it and then you can see it in your own mind, but when you see it on the screen, it's almost realistic. It feels tangible.
I want to counterpoint this with knowing how it ends. I'm going to shift to a different genre real quick. Big Bang Theory, and then they went back and did Young Sheldon, and then moved on to his brother had his own show. Except in the original Big Bang Theory, he's like, oh yeah, he divorced his first wife. And you're like, but I like this couple. So they either, have to undo what was originally written or find a way around the canon narrative.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a good argument
12.
for using novel source material instead of just doing endless spin-offs that have to
But-
negotiate a ever more bloated world of lore. I mean, cough cough, Marvel Universe, it's dying under that.
Yeah, I just go and do your own thing sometimes. Like, give me a great story and use Earth 733-812 AB or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's continuity's cool, large worlds are cool, but we get that off stuff. I feel like in science fiction, particularly in movies and TV shows, there's not enough times where people are given the license to actually do something new. And it's a really rare treat sometimes when they do. And yes, incidentally, if anybody does like time travel stories and doesn't mind subtitles in German, I highly recommend Dark on Netflix. That is a hell of a show.
Sorry, my headset was breaking up. What show?
It's called Dark. It's on Netflix. Its original language is German. It's a hell of a show, and it actually got to do its whole thing. Its whole arc.
Someone in chat said, really excited for the adaptation of Project Hail Mary. Easily my favorite of Andy Weir's novels and the best sci-fi he read last year. I have I've seen Hail Mary recommended on Audible. Does anyone read the book?
I have not.
It's very sad. Okay, so you talked about Fallout. I've seen the first season of Fallout, and I need to watch the second. And I am thoroughly impressed by how Amazon is doing the Fallout series and actually doing it justice.
Oh, for sure. No, like I mean, they're doing it. It is a good show. I don't think it's as good as Silo, but it's quite good.
Well, it's not. It's honoring to the source material. Like I
Yeah,
see
yeah.
references in there, and I'm like, either these guys have played Fallout, or Bethesda is sitting there next to them, holding their hand. Also, New Vegas is personally one of like my favorite Fallout games. 4 was the graphics were prettier. There's a little more stuff to do, but Vegas just had this feel to it that you could endlessly replay that game and just constantly do different things.
Yeah, I think story-wise, New Vegas is probably the best one.
I actually had someone at my work. We were chatting back and forth. He's in IT, and we were just chatting about work stuff. And then he said, "Hey, you played any new games recently?" I'm like, "Nah, I've been playing Eve." He said, "Well, my son just got me into New Vegas," and I'm like, "Oh, brother, that's a 200 hours of your life you're never getting back, and you're gonna enjoy it."
Yeah, and then you finish with the mods and actually load into the game.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's what makes some of the games I've played recently enjoyable is that after you finish playing vanilla and you get hold of some mods, they really add some depth that the developers couldn't do. All of a sudden quiet. Anyone have Okay, I'm gonna bring it back up. The comparison between Babylon 5 and Deep Space Nine. I think for me, Deep Space Nine had a better narrative from beginning to end in terms of keeping it. I'm not make this argument just to have a fight. The better narrative, at least for the wormhole aliens, of a cohesive narrative of start to finish how it's going to end.
Agreed.
Yeah, I can get with that.
But then again, I'm kind of
Overall, I
biased. I'm a Star Trek fan, so like Deep Space Nine is my favorite
That's a
series.
lot of mods, man.
Yeah, I'm very biased towards TNG or towards Star Trek, and TNG was mine, but Deep Space Nine was really good. But I still liked Babylon 5 better than Deep Space Nine to begin with.
Honestly, I think if they went back in right now and just touched up the graphics of Babylon 5 and just re-released it, it could get away with just being a re-released episode by episode like a normal series being released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it with all the CGI and stuff, it did not age well, but it's still awesome narratively.
Oh yeah, like someone made a comment and I had to think about it for a second that the Shadows ships looked scarier because of the poor CGI.
They may have.
Well, if you all of a sudden have like really great CGI and everything looks pristine in details, the Shadow ships just would look, like a ship. But because they kind of faded in and out because the CGI wasn't the best, it made them look mysterious, like they weren't fully there. And when I was reading through this comment, because I was watching, YouTube Shorts said, "Oh, it's your Babylon 5 time of the week. Here's all the Babylon 5 clips that I've readied for you." You know how YouTube Shorts likes to go in cycles. Like, for some reason, I'm on 1883 right now because I'm just getting clip after clip of that show. But the comment really made me think that the CGI, yes, could be touched up, but selectively.
Yeah. I think partially the shadow ships, like sometimes they looked kind of like pitted, like rust on chrome, like how chrome will pit. So they had a little bit of texture to them, and I just thought that was neat.
And if I'm not mistaken, their budget wasn't nearly that of what DS9 was.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't.
Because the special effects and the ship renderings and the station, I mean, they did a great job blending practical and CGI. But for the most part, I still think the CGI holds up decently well now.
Yeah, I suppose it does if you remember, like if you watched it or if you go into it knowing that it's not going to be quite up to like today's level.
Right.
Even if you did that with Deep Space Nine, or sorry, Next Generation, like when they like have rocks and boulders falling on them, and you're like, oh, those are foam. Like some of that the campy stuff from like the 70s, 80s is still there.
Yeah, but practical effects always trump generated effects,
True
at
statement.
least in my book.
I mean,
You can't beat Bridge Rocks.
broadly, I can appreciate practical effects, but with science fiction, there's also a point where they're just not going to cut it. Like, for example, the Battle of New Caprica in Battlestar Galactica, like that needed to be CGI.
Remind me, which
Yeah,
one is
I
that?
mean, I'll give you that.
Honestly, what I
You can,
go ahead.
as it, you can totally go too far with making a space battle ludicrously, animated. But in general, especially with science fiction and space combat and stuff, CGI is it doesn't have a lot of the limitations practical effects would. That said, practical effects are really great when you're not doing things quite as abstract as that. Like one of the reasons Andor is so much better received than most of the other Star Trek, not Star Trek, Star Wars shows that have come out lately is because it was actually shot on real sets for the most part,
Right.
as opposed to in the Disney egg where they do so much stuff these days.
I mean, it worked out well for Mandalorian.
I'm not saying it can't work, but the real sets, there's a lot going for them, but they have their limitations. Real sets of epic space battles are hard to make.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really miss those large space battles in sci-fi. Like Halo. This for me is where I miss Halo Wars. Or not Halo Wars. Halo Wars didn't really have it, but Halo has such an opportunity to have space battles like in the game Sins of the Solar Empire, the mod
Yeah.
for it, Sins of the Prophets. There is such a missing opportunity in the Halo franchise to have a 4X type thing and just let someone try to actually win that war as a player. Like you're gonna lose. Like the way the books phrase it, the games, you're not winning that war. But just give me the opportunity to have to try and power fantasy it. Uh,
There was that
Yeah,
Halo Wars
God's got a point.
RTS. I never played it.
yeah, the RTS. You mean Halo Wars?
Yeah.
It's good, but it's still land based. Ga actually has a point. DS9 had access to the whole Star Trek prop collection, and they made most of the models from TNGs and so on. So, man's got a point. A DS9 compared to Babylon 5 does have that budgetary thing of Deep Space Nine walks across the street, grabs Next Generation stuff, and pulls it over.
Yeah.
I do have to give it to Star Trek. They do fantastic jobs using models when they can in their shots.
Yep.
First drop is done. Bears, Beats, and Battlestar. Oh no, I think we have a Bears fan in chat. Bears,
Who?
Beats, and Battlestar Galactica.
No, you have an Office
Yeah,
fan.
start getting like.
Oh, that's an Office fan? Oh. That's better. Considering the Bears. I've never watched The Office fully, but I've seen so many clips of it, I feel like I've watched the show.
Yeah, pretty much the same here, but I recognize that one.
Oh, someone Sacred's commenting, Scavenger's Reign. Oh, okay, it is a Dwight quote. Scavenger's Reign, anyone seen that?
Nope, that's the first I've heard of it.
Talking about Reign, my wife watched a anime that she didn't watch the last episode of because her brother took it away from her years ago. Wolf's Reign.
That's a really good one.
If you want to cry your eyes out, watch the last episode.
I have. I didn't say it wasn't a sad one, but it's a
Yeah.
good one.
I'm not crying, it's the onions.
Exactly.
It's like watching Grave of the Fireflies. Do not watch that movie depressed.
In that case, I guess I'll never watch that movie.
Oh. So, Lord of the Rings. Oh. Someone agrees Battlestar Galactica is and was peak. Something I think I've heard about Lord of the Rings, and some of you nerds can correct me. The movies do not do the timeline justice. Apparently, it is a much longer book in terms of years than what the movie presents it as.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they streamlined a lot of stuff. And then they added some stuff. But I think it's also just an excellent example of what you can do to modernize a story and make it more digestible. Because, like we give Lord of the Rings, even as it is, crap sometimes for its really long walking montages. But we also don't have like 3 pages describing an orchard like the original
Yeah,
books do
that's a fair point.
sometimes. So I think they did a good job with making it more digestible for modern tastes.
Yeah, it's
And
also
speeding
kind of
up the action helps with that.
Yeah, it's also kind of the same
User
issue
joined
with
your
like
channel.
A Song of Ice and Fire. It's like you get so overwhelmed with all of the detail. It's like, okay, that's enough. I'm just gonna go watch it now.
Yeah, I've never watched, mostly because of my profession, I've never watched the, whatever that is, Game of Thrones show.
It does many things well, at least early on.
Yeah.
Things fray somewhat as it goes on.
I stopped.
There-
I stopped considering it, a good show after season 5.
The sad thing is I'm still not sure Martin's ever going to finish the book.
Makes more money
Because-
not finishing it.
Yeah, he makes more money not finishing them. Also, I'm honestly surprised he's survived as long as he has, because he is both a Giants and a Jets fan, and I thought sure cardiac arrest would have done him in
Is that a dig
several
at
see,
both of those
times
teams?
over the course of the last decade.
So here's the thing we have to understand about being a Giants and a Jets fan, right?
They're used to
You just-
disappointment.
Yeah, you just know you're gonna suck. And I say this as a Giants fan.
I mean, the Patriots choked about as hard as they could at Super Bowl.
I mean, at least they got to the playoffs.
That's true. And we, the Bears. No sports talk. We're nerds here, right? Not jocks.
There's an intersection.
Yeah, usually it's in the
Yeah.
bathroom with your head getting shoved into a toilet.
No,
Or-
look
or a
at the
locker.
Denver Broncos.
And then they come back to you years later and you're their accountant.
Yeah, why not both?
Yeah. And then they're paying you.
Paying you back your lunch money.
True. We have some unfriendly visitors.
How rude.
Interrupt the nerdness to bring you Serpentis. If you were to have any TV series remade, which would it be?
At any TV series?
Well, or movie.
Now we're broadening a lot.
I'm going to broaden it
Sequest.
out. Said what?
Sequest.
Oh no.
I loved that show back in
Yeah,
the day.
that show really didn't get the respect it deserved.
No, it did not.
It was like a 90s. That was a kid show, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't a kid. It was like Star Trek or Babylon 5 underwater.
Yeah.
But I remember specifically thinking to myself as a kid when I was watching it, I was like, I thought he didn't like the water because of Jaws.
Yeah.
You say?
All right, fine. I'll interject. I want to see Airwolf redone.
Ooh,
That would be a
Airwolf?
good one too.
I've never heard of that. What is it?
Airwolf? Oh, you poor child.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
my birthday.
it's
So-
like the sky version of Knight Rider.
Yeah, in fact, I thought it would be a cool crossover if they ever had a Knight Rider Airwolf, and what was the one with the motorcycle, all in one?
Oh no, you're talking.
No, not Chips. There was another one like Nighthawk or something like that.
that
I
was
wanna-
Guy
us.
was on a blacked out motorcycle, all black riding gear.
Yeah, it was Nighthawk.
But add in Hulk Hogan from Thunder in Paradise. And I can't remember his co-star's name.
I can't either. Wasn't it the Beefcake?
Was it Beefcake?
Yeah, Street Hawk, 1985. It was a TV series. I think it lasted 1 year. Yeah, 13 episodes. Then there was that other helicopter series, Blue Thunder.
Yeah, that one was good too.
You are all so old. I have no idea about these shows.
Definitely watch Airwolf if you want to watch some retro stuff. That's pretty
Ooh,
decent.
Yeah.
Sacred brought up something. Akira.
That would be kind of
Okay.
cool. Although, really, I don't know that you'd want to remake Akira. It's so iconic the way it is.
I think that
Did they make a live action version of Akira?
I'm sure they did. My thing is, I
I don't think
like
they have actually.
From the shell.
the animation style from the 80s and 90s. It's just something I don't think we're ever going to get back. Like,
Nope, sadly we aren't.
just a hand-drawn animation from then, just you watch it and you're like, this is dedication to the craft.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now they're talking about redoing Voltron.
Which one?
Yeah, good question. I think the one with the lions.
I mean, I feel like Voltron's been redone like 6 or 7 times already.
Well, I mean, Power Rangers is a complete ripoff of Voltron.
Yeah.
Or the other way around?
no, Power
No.
Rangers is just like they have all these different styles of shows. Power Rangers is its own separate thing. It is kind of like Voltron, but it's not really a ripoff. It's a completely different subgenre of their TV.
I don't know how you can't see it as a ripoff. I mean, they're literally different colored individuals that meld together into one large robot. It's the same
Remind me
thing.
what Power Rangers is again.
Oh God,
Oh,
how
boy.
young are you?
I think I'll dox myself if I say that. But I am now 36.
How do you not remember these shows?
I was
I can
I was
understand
sheltered as a
Airwolf.
child.
How do you not remember Power Rangers?
I remember
They were
Power
huge in
Rangers.
the 90s.
I remember Power Rangers.
Because I'm only a couple of years older than you, like a few years older than you.
Yeah, I remember Power Rangers. I don't remember watching Voltron, but I know what it is.
What about G.I. Joe?
Yeah, of course.
Same animation style.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was like American animation, and that was like Saturday morning cartoon.
And I'm glad somebody asked the question, which Voltron, because that lets me know that at least somebody else knows that there was the other Voltron with the spaceship.
Yeah. I guess in a way, Power Rangers could be kind of a ripoff of that, but it was kind of like the Kamen Riders is what
Yeah,
it was
but
more based off of.
I was actually waiting for Common Writers to be mentioned.
The thing is, like, Power Rangers is a Japanese show. It's a Japanese production company, Japanese like
So is
fighting
Voltron.
style.
Yeah, I mean, Voltron was based, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Voltron originated in
Thanks,
Japan
Guardian
also.
Prime.
Yeah, Voltron was a Japanese
Welcome to
show
our
that
fun
got dubbed.
stream.
So was Power Rangers. All the iterations of
Same
them.
with
The
Battle
Beetle
of the
Force.
Planets.
Yeah, Battle of the Planets. Robotech.
No,
Robotech's
in
actually
Oh,
Japan,
a
yes.
Gotcha, man.
Yes, Robotech is a rabbit hole into itself.
Yeah, I love Robotech. There's a PS2 game for it that I played repetitively. Oh,
Yeah, but it's
now
like it's based off 3 different animes.
Sci-Fi
Yeah,
Now
there
we're
is a whole
nerds.
rabbit hole.
Thundercats. Oh man,
The run. Yeah. And that's a show they
Yeah, the remake wasn't too bad either.
I like the original
No, I admit
Thundercats.
I like. Although when Pantera lost his arms, I almost cried. I'm like, no.
The only downside to some of those like American cartoons is like you knew everyone was going to be fine the next episode.
I didn't know that then.
Well, true.
Yeah, but
And
you
what-
didn't get that luxury with the Japanese one.
Well, no, you just had Goku screaming for an entire episode.
But I think
Yeah.
back to like One Piece. Like I've seen like 3 different, well, now 4 different adaptations of that show. But we're like they hold a gun to one of the main characters. In one adaptation, and in another adaptation, they just told a spoon, I think.
Yeah, you mean the live adaptation? Remember, One Piece has the longest season 1 of any anime in all of history.
Yeah.
Something like what, 22 years? If anyone ever beats that record, God help them. Kaharist, what? Chitara was a bad influence on your child.
Yes, she was.
Uh,
Probably why I like Cat Girls so much.
CCP cat ears win.
Please,
Please.
pretty please.
They should do that as a charity thing.
Solve
Yeah,
world
Lex-
hunger.
Yes.
No,
The
if
amount
it's
of
gonna be
thirst for
cat
cat
ears,
ears.
if it's gonna be cat ears, they should do it for like an animal shelter or something.
I mean, World Hunger, Animal Shelter, Tomato in some places.
Yeah, I would totally Plex for good for that though.
I've never done Plex for good, but I know that there's one person in my corp who wants them really bad, and I might just do it to get it for him, for her, or them.
We're trying to organize something with one of the local land groups to do Extra Life this year.
Isn't that the one that is that Twitch sponsored? Or is that its own thing?
I don't know if Twitch sponsored it, but it's been its own thing for a while. It's through the Children's Hospital Network, I think it is. And they usually do like a 24 hours of Extra Life every year, but I think they changed it up this year where it's a year-long thing and you can kind of choose whenever to do it.
Yeah, it's Children's Miracle Network.
That's the one.
Ooh, Wizards of the Coast is actually involved in this. I'm impressed. I knew Wizards of the Coast did some stuff. I didn't know they did this, though.
I wonder what kind of entries they accept for Wizards of the Coast. Because there's
Entries in what regard?
Baldur's Gate. That's a Wizards of the Coast game. That's also been developed by Larian Studios.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Baldur's
I
Gate
don't
is
think
D&D.
I don't think there's any specific requirements or something that you can or cannot play in regards. You just it's kind of like a walkathon, but for nerds like us, where instead of walking, we play games.
All right, fair.
I think that you might want to remember what you're fundraising for and base your fundraising around that. Don't do a game whose central point is to go torture somebody.
Yeah, that would probably
Yeah.
be a long.
Like the Saw games.
I mean, that's not technically true. One of the biggest streams every year for Extra Life is the Desert Bus for Hope, which is the worst game I have ever.
So I'm going to see what's the game's name?
The game might be Desert Bus. The stream that does it is Desert Bus for Hope. You are literally driving a Winnebago down a desert road forever in this old pixelated graphic. And they just marathon it, and people like take shifts driving the desert bus, and it's yeah, it's torture, but it does really well every year.
I'm pulling it up on stream right
Yeah.
now.
Last year, Desert Bus for Hope raised over $1 million, busing for 6 days and 21 hours straight.
Just looking at that game, it just makes me think of like Super Nintendo, like Sega level of graphics.
Yeah.
Oh, there are games in the arcade where you'd have to like they'd shoot out your front windshield and you'd have to chase after them. Like those types of games where you're in an arcade just chasing someone down. This is the song that never ends. Goes on and on, my friend. Alright.
It's like those YouTube videos where somebody does 10 hours worth of whatever.
Yeah, it's it's torture.
Oh, we got a flycatcher on us. Try and get him.
We do.
Try and get the flycatcher if we
I wasn't
can.
even paying attention.
I'm sure we got some other friends incoming, so let's get ready.
He's moving at a nice tick, but he's dead.
I'm sure his friend is coming in something, so we must defend ourselves. We are miners to the end.
Pitchforks, my friend. Pitchforks.
Our pitchforks have scared off the invaders, so we may continue mining in peace and nerding out.
Oh, what happened? Can somebody? Oh, can we kill?
Can we what?
Nope, can't target it. I wasn't sure if I could kill the interdiction probe. But
With a smart bomb. Oh, I
And I
you
just
got
learned the other
really
day you
interesting
can
there for a
boost
second. I
walls.
thought we might have something
Yes.
else coming on us.
You can do some real shenanigans.
Something new
mushroom
every day, I know.
bubbles.
No,
Yeah.
I guess that guy saw the stream and must have wanted to come and party with us.
Give him a procure.
I don't have any more, otherwise I would.
I've got one like 10 drums away. He's just got to get it.
True.
Here's some.
Alright. Well, that was fun.
Looks like an anthill. Look at that.
Well, there was our fun for the evening, gentlemen. Let's continue with Aaron.
Uh, I literally changed screens to do paperwork for work, and I thought you were just messing with me. That you said there was a catcher, and I'm like, wait, what?
I wasn't expecting it either. Yeah, so
Spanish Inquisition joke.
yes, no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. So anyone seen the series From?
Yes.
I saw the first season.
I've seen the first season too, and I've seen the second season when the bus arrives. I can finish that. It feels like Lost, and I'm so lost in that show of like, what's going on and where are these people at?
Right.
Which-
It feels like Lost mixed with like Sinners.
Yeah, and I'm hoping at some point that the show explains what is going on. Now to say, it's not like the Lost premise where, maybe they left the island, maybe the island is hell. You know that they're somewhere that they're not supposed to be. Like, the show is not very... It's just really on point of saying, you all shouldn't be here. This is basically like hell for you. There is no escape.
Oh, and this was from 2022. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, is it from... I think it's Showtime or Stars. It's a great show, great cast, just really good. I've seen up to into season 2, and I need to resub to go watch the rest of the seasons. But just go into it.
And season 4 is coming out.
Yeah, just go into it knowing that you know as much as the people know. You don't know any more than they do, and you're along for the ride. And also, it is... Go ahead.
You need to make peace with not knowing for a while.
Yeah, and that's the thing that kills me is like, I want to know. And the show writers are really good about not telling you anything. So, oh, I didn't realize it. I've achieved my goal of 30 followers today. Hooray!
Huzzah.
Hey, congrats.
Now I need to up my goal. My goal is to stream at least twice, through the remainder of this year. Because I want to make my 10 years in Eve special. And next year, my birthday, I'll stop streaming. Or maybe keep streaming. I don't know. The amount of drones out right now compared to what it was like before the Flycatcher is terrifying.
Times like this make me wonder why I'm all the way over here.
You're too cool.
Yeah, he must be the real
Yeah.
jock in the situation.
I'm sitting on a rock of ice.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the dark glare because I was told it was needed versus the blue.
It's all needed.
Yeah, I feel like we've been nerding out for like almost an hour now. I feel like we're running low on the conversations. I got one for you. I got a point of
What's up?
contention from last year. The Drifter event.
Which part of it?
The part where nothing happened.
Go on.
I really like the Drifters as a concept, but it feels like as a part of Eve's science of the lore, you're like, we did our jobs. Edencom kicked butt because, you know, one of the 4 empires didn't get in. So, op success. But I feel like we haven't gotten anything. It's like, oh, you don't have a structure in there. There's not some special wormhole that's going to take you to do a drifter fight. We didn't get a drifter battleship or a Triglavian industrial. Like, I don't know. I feel kind of disappointed.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I mean, is Edencom still supposed to be controlling that wormhole, or do they?
As far as I know, they do. It's Sanct. It was S something. Honestly, the event was fun.
There's the little station things are set up in there, but they don't really do anything.
Can't dock at them. Like, if
Yeah.
I understand having like an Edencom one where like, oh, you need to be an Edencom to dock here. Well, that's kind of difficult because Edencom as a faction doesn't. There's no way to really join them. Now, point of thought. When Eve shuts down, have you guys ever thought about what the devs should do?
Cry?
Not
Yes.
let Eve shut down.
Well, no, but like have a whenever a series ends or like something big happens, like have it to where something extragalactic comes in and begins slow rolling the entire universe down to a last few star systems, like just like Halo.
Or Mass Effect, like the Reapers.
Yeah, where it's slowly crunching in on you and you have to make that last stand.
I've always thought that what's probably going to happen is the Eve gate is going to open up, reconnecting us to Earth, and then like in an army of limitless, malevolent Amazon drones is going to come out and just reprocess all of us.
Here is your 2-day shipping. Delivers nuclear weapon to your cargo hold.
Or if geese actually come just flying out of the Eve gate in like their own little ships.
Or we could get connected to actual Triglavian space in an invasion, like actual Trigs, or go to their actual home systems.
Or we find out that the Trigs have taken over something's space that's even worse than the Trigs, and they come back through wipe out all the trigs and start burning New Eden from Triglavian space. Like
I mean,
Species 8472.
God, I love Species 8472. What just? I think that Species 8472 is a really great example of bringing a villain in out of nowhere and making it make sense. They have their whole separate dimension that they're perfectly suitable in, but if you bring them to ours, they start dying if they're outside their
Right.
encounter suits. Which actually makes me think of oh, what's their names? From Deep Space Nine, the Vorlons. They could survive outside their countersuits, but they looked like angels to every other group.
Yeah. Or I keep thinking about that, the Eve Gate opens back up, reconnects us with Earth, but Earth it's not friendly anymore. The forces of Terra now will aggress into New Eden, and the empires will be forced to band together to try to repel the forces of Terra.
Like 40k Terra.
Ooh. And we could tie that into Vanguard.
Honestly, I want to like Vanguard. I've never played it, but I feel like they're just trying to chase whatever the shooter of the day is.
I mean, that's fair.
Uh, what is it? If they came out with a shooter, like just even if the shooter was just like Helldivers, I'd probably play Vanguard over Helldivers.
Agreed. Do it like Helldivers or first person like Hell Let Loose.
Never played Hell Let Loose.
It's a solid World War II shooter.
More of a Hearts of Iron guy.
Ah, very well.
So
I mean, you can drive tanks, and it takes a 3-man crew to operate it.
that sounds like it. Well, it sounds like the new tank they just introduced to Helldivers too. I need to go.
Oh yeah.
I honestly I want to go play Helldivers 2, but I have so much stuff going on. I hear they're on Cyberstan,
Yeah, I don't
and I'm
blame
like, I just want to go try it.
I mean, it's worth it. I enjoy it.
I love the Illuminate front the most because it doesn't matter what stratagem or weapon I bring, I can have fun.
Yeah.
There's no meta, there's no nothing. I've done some really silly builds and just had a ball.
Yeah, I don't do builds. I just do what I like to throw down for stratagems. With my lever action Winchester.
I bought that gun and I haven't used it yet because it's just not. It's not good against the bots who are all medium and heavy armor, and the bugs are
Oh, sure
all.
it is. Sure it is. I can clear plates with the bots in 2 or 3 rounds. I absolutely love that gun. I mean, granted, you don't want to get in a close-up firefight with it because you shoot slow as shit. Pardon my language. But you get really good damage at range, and you can pop skull caps with at range.
Yeah, see, the new silenced weapons, those for me are like.
See, I haven't I haven't tried those yet. I need to try those.
Those for me are really good. I'm actually kind of enjoying using them, but the problem is they just do so little pen damage. There's so little in penetration. Oh. And so the penetration for me is kind of a big thing because, like, if you're up against bots, unless you're hitting weak points, it's kind of difficult. Oh. No, we did get a +1 in here, so
Yep.
just be careful. Just keep your eyes out and just say something. But yeah, I really wish they would do, like, I love the silenced weapons. I just don't like that there's so few medium pin guns that they keep introducing, and it just feels difficult for me to engage targets.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if, like, I understand having a suppressed 50 cal probably ain't gonna do it, but I wish, like, go back to some of the older weapons and just redo them a little bit.
I kind of wonder what the point is of trying to suppress a 50 cal in the first place.
For the
So
names.
one thing I've noticed about video games is they do things that are impractical, because people think they're cool. Like putting a laser sight on a sniper rifle, like something you'd never actually do in real life.
Right.
Well, the suppressor
We have some
is for
rats.
50 cals because there is more than just the 50 cal sniper rifle.
True statement.
And the lasers, yeah, you probably never would. Maybe an infrared laser for like night shooting or something with.
Yeah, I mean you can
With
run
MPGs,
IR. That's fine. Yeah.
But even then, that would be like pushing the limits, I would think.
Yeah, because if I'm looking at something that's 1,000 yards out, right? You got to think any remote movement on my base is going to make that laser absolutely flicker all over my target.
Well, yeah, and then it gives your target away.
Yeah.
The thing that kills me in Helldivers 2, but I love the game, is the flashlight mechanic.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, you need to have a flashlight on your gun. It's like, thank you, but there are times where it feels like redundant, but it also is. There are times I do want it on and I don't want it on, and also when I get dropped into a day map and all of a sudden it becomes a night map. So it just feels weird to me.
Right.
Overall, though, I'd say absolutely love Helldivers 2.
Yep.
They nail the satire in that game better than any game I've ever played.
Yes, I agree. The satire in Helldivers 2 is quite amusing.
So the Marine that did the satire in California, you get, then use the Helldivers 2 like opening thing. You guys know what I'm talking about? So if you go look it up, there's a.
No.
I think he's a social media YouTube guy. He did make a statement where he just changed everything to basically move everything from being Helldivers to Marines. And I'm like, you do realize that you are missing the entire point of that satire. That they're the bad guys. Although, granted, it is pretty awesome you're doing this. You're missing all the points of what they're trying to make.
Oh yeah, the speech. Yeah, I saw that.
All right, Nerd Nix. I'm going to give us about another 20 minutes of mine, and then we'll call it for the evening.
All right.
It's been a great night of nerding out with you.
Yeah, it has been
Wait, you
fun.
don't want to clear up?
We would need a lot more. We need a Hulks and a lot more time. Also, we're in a sketchy neighborhood. I'm tired. I'm surprised my hubcaps haven't come off my Procure.
Nah, the Procure doesn't have hubcaps. It's just bare metal.
According to Mythbusters, you can use wood wheels.
I miss Mythbusters.
Yeah, it was a good show, but I also understand that Jamie and Adam didn't get along.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, apparently they did not
And
get along.
unfortunately, Grant Imahara is myth busting in another dimension.
Yeah, I like that dude. He was super chill. Sorry, I'm just cross-decking some stuff to help with moving the ice off field. Any other nerd shows that we should talk about?
I mean, you already mentioned not Half-Life, Fallout and everything, but I noticed interesting comparison from that show over to the show that I was watching before. Was Tyler. That was pretty decent, and hopefully comes back. My wife read the book. She said the books are even better.
Which one?
Silo.
Oh, yeah. I read the Wikipedia of it because I wanted to see what the story was about before I got into it. And it looks really promising.
It is. It's worth it. It's one of those shows, though, I think I would have to go back and watch again before I watch the next season when it comes out. I think it was renewed.
So maybe you all can satisfy my curiosity of what your favorite type of show is. But there's a type of show I enjoy. The problem is it only lasts about a season to 2 seasons before it moves on out of its genre. That is the days before, during, and after an apocalyptic event. So like Fear the Walking Dead, that it had the normal life and the slow build up into the apocalypse, and
Right.
those days and weeks afterwards. I enjoy that storytelling element more than just about anything else. But it moves on, and the show moves away from the thing I enjoy seeing how people go from just normal folks to making the decisions they didn't think they could to prior to an event. And watching that transformation.
I've been talking about how Apple TV had some surprisingly good stuff. Invasion, the first episode of that, is probably exactly what you like. Unfortunately, the show does fall apart, but not probably the way you're expecting. I think it just gets kind of bad after the first season. But the first season is really good and has exactly what you're looking for there.
There was a show, I just had to look up the name of it because I couldn't remember what it was, but I do remember Sissy Spacek being in it. It was on Prime called Night Sky, and that was really good.
Falling
Really
Skies?
No, not Falling Skies. That's with Noah Wiley. It was Night Sky.
For me, Falling Sky
And it has
was.
J.K. Simmons.
Oh, okay. I'll have to give it a watch. Falling Skies
Yeah,
for me
Falling Sky was interesting.
was fantastic. The last season felt a little rushed, but seasons 1 and 2 just pure amazingness. Season 3 muddled a bit, and you could tell by season 4 they were like, we just got to finish this thing.
So going back to your topic of what show would you remake?
Okay.
I think I would remake Space Above and Beyond.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I have. I remember watching it. I'm drawing a blank on the premise.
Is it like is it set in space?
Yeah, it's like a Marine Corps, futuristic Marine Corps fighter squadron in space, kind of like a wing commander type deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
wonder if
can't say I've
anybody
heard of
carries
it.
that series. I wouldn't mind watching that.
But Kali, you really haven't chatted a bunch.
You're not making your quota. Talk.
Dance, Miner.
I might-
Dance.
We will make you.
No talking, no payday.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but-
no! Someone said Firefly. You can't
Yeah.
remake Firefly.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just-
Not
you
remake.
can't
You
really.
can't. It's got to.
there's some things I wish that we had more of, but we can't get more of it. So
Yeah,
Well,
you can't.
it's like Independence Day. Should have left the movie where it was, and you made the sequel, the second one, and I'm like, just can we put this where we put the game E.T.?
Yep.
But yeah, like Firefly
the-
could have absolutely done a second season and just been an absolute banger.
Yeah, but and they absolutely should have, but to be cut off right there.
Remember when Family Guy got canceled and then it came back for its next season after being canceled, and Peter starts listing off all the shows that would have had been canceled for them to get back on the air? And he said Firefly, and I just kind of pulled my chest of like, no, I'll trade Family Guy for Firefly one more season. I will say,
And that list was long.
yeah, he went for what, a solid 45 seconds. Yeah,
User disconnected from your channel.
I don't want to think about Firefly being remade. Like,
There are some things that shouldn't be touched.
Battlestar Galactica, when it was reimagined, because it's nothing like the original, they did a great job taking a good series from the 80s and just redoing it all. And then you have
You know, very skeptical about that one.
Yeah, my dad was too when he got me to watch it. Then you have shows like Firefly that were just one, 2 season, just perfect, just down to the last minute detail, flawless storytelling. That even if you redid Babylon 5 right now and just fixed some of the issues at the end of the story and just said, we're doing 4 seasons, we've been okayed for 4, we're gonna take the original content, we're gonna refresh it a bit, and just give us great actors, I could get behind that. But if you redid that with Firefly, even scene for scene, I don't know if I could do it.
it may not be in quite the vein of some of the other shows discussed, but one I would genuinely enjoy seeing redone is Legends of the Hidden Temple. If You remember that from Nickelodeon back in the day?
Ah, yes.
Oh, and you know, not rigged this time, but I
Right.
would love to see that remade. That was fun. Thought it was so cool as a kid.
Yeah, there's another game that Nick had, Double. His name Double something. I can't remember what it was. Okay, if
Double
talking about shows,
Jeopardy?
Card Sharks. It's a game. It was a game show. Sci-fi, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, most certain.
So I love watching the Game Show Network when I was younger, and I'm only 36. Alpha Protocol. I've heard of it. It's a good game. Sorry, someone's in chat brought up Alpha Protocol. Card Sharks is a game where you've got to guess if the card's going to be higher or lower than the card shown to you. And then I think you have to guess like a number and something for, we asked our audience how many people such and such. And that's how you get to choose how you go next of, higher or lower. And it was just an absolute, just amazing game because it's probably rigged because all game shows, but it was just so much fun.
Oh, on a also very separate note, A-Team, but it's another thing that I kind of wish there was more of.
Didn't they try that?
Yeah, they definitely did try, but I don't think it took off.
Well, they did a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did the movie, and man,
it's just those guys are getting very old.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
could be like they've been living in space, and it's just a continuation.
I mean, you're never going to get another Mr. T.
No, you're really not.
Yeah,
Now, what
They-
I... Go ahead.
we could try to clone him though.
No. The thing that kills me is every time they do remakes of movies like we've been talking about, like Fantastic Four, they're like, we've got to show how they got their powers and everything. Like, listen, my guy, like, I think a 5-year-old even understands how this works at this point. Just
Yeah.
give us a story.
Yeah.
Skip the Spider-Man getting bit. Skip all that Uncle Ben. We know. Like, the story's been told.
Yes. Skip Superman coming to Earth. We get it.
Like if the franchise is old enough to be Creative Commons, yeah, you can omit how they got their powers.
Or they could just tell a new story. I'm all on board with
Yeah.
that. Just
Oh, yeah. What if Superman's
spiders
planet,
exist.
what if Superman's planet hadn't exploded?
Right.
What if Batman's parents
actually,
hadn't
they did a
died?
movie a couple of years ago. Did you see that movie a couple of years ago? It was basically the anti-Superman. It was like Superman was dead.
Was it
Russian Superman?
No, it was
Brightburn?
Yeah, Brightburn.
yes, Brightburn. That was a very good show. I like or movie. I should.
Got about 5 minutes left in our fun time.
Oh.
Any last major things we want to discuss before we wrap up our hour and a half of nerding?
Has it really been an hour and a half?
It has.
Crazy.
It's been an enjoyable time. All right, well, I think we've spent our nerdness out in a way that few nerds can say they've got to do.
Mhm.
Now let's talk about politics. Everyone's favorite topic.
Our
Hershey-
favorite
Yeah, look at
Hey.
that.
Hershey's or Dove chocolate? The thing everyone wants to know.
Hershey's or Dove chocolate?
That's probably the same company or whatever, but
I'm gonna have to go with Dove chocolate.
For me, it depends. Where are you consuming said chocolate?
Sitting at my desk at home. Also, do not get the 5-pound rabbit and hand it to your kid. I've
Gee,
I've
might as well give him a shot of espresso.
no, can do mean things to their stomach, but yes, we'll be up all
So-
night.
Give
Yeah, I was
it
gonna say, is the kid still in diaper?
Good Karst.
Get-
Or,
give it to the child and then send the child to school.
that's even worse for the parent.
Yeah, because
but
now I'm getting phone calls.
I rarely eat chocolate, but during like when they have like the nice dark chocolate out during Hershey's has like those 1 square dark chocolates they have to do for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I'll indulge in a few of those, and this like Valentine's Day with those, the few times of the year I will eat solid chocolate. Now, as a connoisseur of fancy foo-foo coffee drinks, I enjoy my chocolate milk with some coffee in it, or as they're also called, iced mochas.
But
Iced mocha lattes.
also, reason why I ask where the chocolate is being consumed. I mean, if you're at your house, that Dove chocolate would be like more ideal. But if you're like doing stuff like maybe taking a road trip,
Yeah, I see your point.
Hershey.
Yeah.
Now, if we're taking a road trip, Hershey's chocolate bar with almonds.
100%.
The problem is they've been skimping with the almonds recently because of whatever, and so there's less almonds in this chocolate bar. So I'm like, I just want some crunch in my chocolate bar.
At this point in time, like it's almost worth just going to buy like one of those little the snack packs of, like Planters has like the honey roasted, peanuts. You could do like the almonds or whatever. You just get some almonds and then you just get a Hershey's chocolate bar and just
Melt
eat
it,
them
yeah.
at the same time.
Or you heat it up and melt it.
Yeah.
Probably be cheaper at that point too.
True statement.
Get some off-brand chocolate. Get a little bar mold and almonds, and boom. All right, gentlemen, we are at time. So I want to thank everyone at Fleet for the for chatting for the birthday Fleet. I want to thank everyone in Twitch, and have a good night, everyone.
Awesome.
Night.
Y'all take care.
Happy birthday.
Happy